It's time for a segment we call
What's Wrong with People?
Okay, I'll go first. A Florida woman's been accused of poisoning a man that she invited to her place. Ooh, romantic.
Hey.
She gave him a drink laced with Raid, roach, and ant bug spray.
What on earth?
I don't get it.
The sheriff's office was called to the house at 4:30 a.m. They met with the victim, who was taken to the hospital. The man told officers that Veronica Klein, 29 years old, had come home from drinking at a bar and said, "Hey, why don't you continue drinking in my house?" After 2 drinks, I'm not going to say I understand, but I would understand if it was like a husband that was cheating on you or something and you were doing something to get back at him.
Yeah, what did this guy do?
You shouldn't even do that. This guy she met at a bar and just like wanted to see him drink Raid.
Right.
What
I
on
just didn't know
earth?
what was the end goal.
After 2 drinks, the man said he started to feel sick. The victim told deputies he was vomiting for about 30 minutes before he was able to finally call for help, and they got sick again. She wasn't at the house when they arrived, but a K-9 unit tracked her down nearby. What is she hiding in an alley? Mm-hmm. She was taken to the jail. They don't say anything else about it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like she knew him.
Well, you know what it made me think of is that's what Jeffrey Dahmer would meet people at a bar, take them home, put something in their drink, and then. But he had plans.
But,
like what was her plan?
Well, with her, it doesn't sound like she's trying to like roofie him for like a dirty reason.
Okay, she's just trying to poison him.
Yeah, because if you could drink Raid and have dirty stuff happen, can you imagine me in college? Raid?
No.
I'd have been in it every night.
Yeah, Dahmer was a little bit different than dirty.
You
but
think?
That's true. So,
It just reminded me of that.
Veronica Klein, what's wrong with people? Let's go over to Lunchbox. Lunchbox, what do you have?
Man, we know football is big in Texas, but there's this family in Alpine, Texas. They've had this land since 1916, acreage house. 79-year-old man lives in it. The Alpine School District is seizing the land so they can build a parking lot for their new $50 million stadium.
No.
Are we sure this is going to happen? Because once it makes the news, then people get together, and then they already started like breaking.
They said they enacted the law of intimate domain.
Intimate domain, yes.
Yes,
Good
where
job,
they're allowed
dude.
to seize the land.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Dang.
People do the government does it all the time.
They can just do whatever they want, even though you own the
Yes.
land for 100 years?
Yeah, they have to pay you what is supposedly reasonable, but no, it's never actually reasonable, and you have to uproot your whole life.
Dang.
But without that, and I'm not saying I hate this for them, we wouldn't have had a railroad system. Like there's a reason why we do it. I don't like it in this case.
Down to the valley when I was younger, I remember there was a highway, and it made a quick right because it went around an old lady's house, and she would never sell. So they had to move the highway around her house. It was there for years until I guess they just took it over.
Dang. So what's happening?
They received a letter in June saying they were going to use the eminent domain thing.
That sucks.
And so they contacted a bunch of lawyers, and lawyers said, guys, you're just going to need to get money for it because we can't do anything. All for a parking lot for a high school football stadium.
How good's the football team?
Yeah,
That's
come
really
on.
going to affect
Alpine's
how.
pretty good, man.
That does not.
Okay, now we're talking.
West Texas, dude. They're good
That's
over there.
right. What's wrong with people?
What's wrong with people?
Eddie?
So there's a guy in Oregon. Lunch, you're going to love this. He went into a reptile shop, and he stole a $200 python. And you know how he stole it? He put it down his pants. There's a video of him grabbing the snake and putting it down his pants and walking out. That is crazy that he would trust that a python would be okay next to his thing.
You know, I would make sure and safeguard underneath, but he must have done this before. You don't just go in, throw a python in your pants, and walk out without having the understanding that it's going to be okay.
Well, the employees at the store said, good thing it was on a Tuesday because Monday is feeding day.
Oh, gosh.
The little mouse probably got eaten.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with people?
Anybody else have one, Morgan?
I have one.
Go ahead.
So this guy was scrolling online and he saw a challenge. He's like, oh, this is a really good idea. Stick a light bulb in my mouth. See if I can fit it in there. Will my mouth fit it?
The big end first?
Yeah, big in first.
Glass?
Oh, my God.
So he sticks it in his
gosh.
mouth. His mouth is big enough to fit it, but guess what?
Can't get it out.
Can't come out. So he calls the firemen. They can't pull it off, so he has to go to the hospital and they dislocate his jaw.
What? Oh, I thought
Remove the light bulb.
I thought they would crack the light bulb.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Dislocate his
Oh,
jaw
my
like a
God.
snake.
Like a snake.
That's what snakes do to eat like big rats. They dislocate their jaw and their mouth gets big.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yep. Online challenge, dislocated jaw.
Spin the wheel. Let's do it. Whoever it lands on has to put the light bulb in their mouth.
We're good.
What's wrong with people?
What's wrong with people?
Raymundo, do you have one?
Yeah, so this influencer, he's on TikTok. He has 12 million followers, and he went on to Hawaii to cliffs, and he was cliff jumping, and he fell, and it was illegal. You're not supposed to be doing this. And he got injured, so he went to the hospital. Again, he has 12 million followers. He has corporate deals, too, with Kellogg's, Nintendo. And after he got injured and went to the hospital, he's going to live. He's all fine. He asked all his followers and set up a GoFundMe for $100,000.
What?
And his followers have already donated $23,000 to pay him, even though he's already an influencer and rich,
Oh,
for something he was doing illegally.
what's wrong with people?
These are the followers that we're yelling at.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Him for asking?
I don't hate it.
Didn't he land on lava rocks or
Because
something?
I do believe that, yes, he was doing something stupid. He shouldn't have been doing it.
Yeah.
And if people want to give their money in a stupid way, that's great too. It's their money. They get to do what they want. Nobody's actually getting hurt. Yeah, I wouldn't, but I can't put that as the same as the guy who put the light bulb in his mouth.
Two different kinds of dudes.
Yeah, yes.
But speaking of Hawaii, what's wrong with people that comes to mind is because of the wildfires, so many people are displaced and financial vultures are coming in. They're called like disaster investors. And what they do is they hit up these families that have lost everything that may have insurance, but they know that it's going to take years for insurance to pay out.
Yeah.
So they're offering them basically a fraction of what their land is worth just so that these people, because they're desperate and they need to get something and they take advantage of it. So then they're going to develop it later down the line. And it's literally what they do is when there's a disaster, they go in and they're these vultures and they try to make money off of the loss of these people.
Yeah, and that's awful.
And it's happening there right now.
What's wrong with? Because
What's wrong with people for
vultures,
doing
the
that
vultures.
to the
No, I get the
to
vultures, but that's like
vulnerable.
robbing a bank
But it's-
or taking advantage of. Yes, that's bad.
yeah.
Well, I
but
never
I wouldn't say
learned
it's like
about it.
knuckleheady. That's like a scammer.
That's a big time scam.
And then I can't say what's wrong with people who fall for it because they're being scammed.
Well, they're
Well, no, I'm not
desperate.
saying it's for the people that fall for it. I mean, they're in a desperate situation.
Right.
I'm just saying what's wrong with people for not being sensitive to the situation and just seeing it for financial gain.
Hey, that's America, baby.
What's wrong with people?
Yes, what's wrong with
That wasn't
That's worse. That's just a bad person. Like I don't believe that the light bulb guy's a bad guy.
He's just an idiot.
He's an idiot.
Okay.
The snake guy,
That he's a big idiot.
big idiot. You know, your people, they're bad. They should go to jail.
That's evil.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know that they're actually. I don't know that it's illegal what they're doing.
It's not, but it's bad.
Yeah, bad. You go to
No
bad
integrity.
jail.
Yeah. What's wrong with people?
What's wrong with people?
Okay.
It's a Bobby Bones Show.